When recording finished on the Daleks master plan in January 1966, that wasn't the end of the work for the Dalek props. They were soon requested elsewhere. Dalek 1 was sent to Glasgow, where it appeared as part of a BBC week alongside a William Hartnell lookalike, and on its way back south it stopped in at another event in Leicester. Dalek 5 was soon back on TV when it made an appearance on Blue Peter. It also travelled to Thanet, where it was helping to raise funds for Dr. Barnardo's. In May 1966, the BBC were holding a special week-long event at the Southampton Guildhall, where they were promoting their fledgling colour TV system. Both Dalek 1 and Dalek 5 were requested to appear at the event. After their long travels, both props looked rather dishevelled, but that didn't stop the press clamouring to take photos. BBC South covered the event on the 19th of May, but the footage was thought to have been lost until it was rediscovered in 2016 by Richard Latto. Most of the episodes from that time are gone, they're missing. Whether they'll ever be found, we don't know. So all there is still images taken from the screen, possibly the odd still that were taken by the BBC at the time. So to see actual footage, moving footage of a Dalek at that time is incredibly rare. Well, I hope you enjoyed that brief footage. I didn't, because I had to look at myself again. As a bonus, I thought I'd share with you how I came to be invited to be in the footage itself and some thoughts on the recording process. Gav and I received an email from Richard inviting us down to BBC South in Southampton to be one of the first to see the footage. As Gav lives quite some distance from Southampton, it was easier for me to make the trip down, and I managed to combine the whole trip with a little holiday in Portsmouth. This is a genuine photo from said holiday. Actually carries some interest for fans of Doctor Who. Perhaps you'd like to guess what it is. By the way, there are no prizes for guessing, it is just for fun. We dropped into BBC South on our way back from Portsmouth. It's a rather large building that's very easy to see, but also one that's very easy to miss if you're on the wrong road, and that's what we actually did. So some 25 minutes and several arguments later, we actually arrived. I think I rather foxed the lady on the reception, as she hadn't expected to see a Dalek expert with a wife and children. Richard duly arrived and greeted us and started to show us to the room where we would be doing the recording. It was at this point my anxiety started to kick in and things started to clench rather tightly. We entered a dark room at the centre of which was a store with a large light pointing at it. There was a big screen in the corner, and the family took their place in the corner of the room where they spent the rest of the time laughing incessantly. Richard pre-warned me that the footage was rather short and would be very hard to see due to its size on the screen. You can see from this view taken behind me that I didn't have a lot to work with. With that in mind, Richard said it would look better if I was animated and enthusiastic on the video. As you've probably guessed by now, I'm not a natural performer, so this was quite tricky for me. What you see on the screen is me performing my best acting. Richard continued to film for what felt like hours, but was probably only really a few minutes. We covered a wide range of topics while we chatted, including Daleks, Doctor Who and Daleks. I should explain here that in case anyone was thinking about jumping on some of the things that I'd mentioned in the video, I do know that there's plenty of footage of Daleks moving in the 60s. My comments were aimed specifically at the Daleks master plan and Power of the Daleks era, so I hope that clears that one up. When the cameras finally stopped rolling, my anxiety immediately left me. I was able to stand up and remove the stall. Richard thanked me for coming and all my efforts with the video, although I could see the sort of pitying look he had in his eyes where he realised he didn't have a great deal to work with. To get us back to our car a little bit quicker, Richard showed us through the office section of BBC South. I hoped to see someone famous in there, but unfortunately they were all so busy with their heads down working away, I didn't get to see anybody at all. We jumped back in the car and rather unusually managed to find the right road out of Southampton straight away. It was very unusual for us. We spent the rest of the time back to Somerset laughing and joking about how good my acting was and how I would be offered lots of roles on TV. Thank you to Richard for inviting us to be part of the video. It was a great privilege to do it. Please do check out his brilliant Stereo Underground radio show. I hope you've enjoyed this little video we put together. You can find out more about the Daleks and the Dalek props over at our main website, which is www.daleks6388.co.uk. We are also active on Facebook and Twitter, so if you'd like to follow us there, you can keep up to date with latest research that we do there. We're hoping to be more active on YouTube in the future. We've got some big plans for videos coming up. Hopefully you'll enjoy those too. So why not click that subscribe button and be notified of when the videos are coming along. Bye for now.